What you guys doing for Halloween? Ooh, I have 3 responses. Okay, to dress up and go trick-or-treating with my partner. Fun. What are you gonna dress up as? Drop it in the chat if you want to. I plan on taking my goddaughters trick-or-treating. Oh, that's cool. You're a godfather or mother? That's awesome. Trick-or-treating because Liam's birthday is on Halloween. My boy's birthday is Halloween, so it's exciting. It's always an exciting time of year for us. You're a godmom? Cool. I love it. All right, so you are here because you're going to pass the Ohio end of course algebra exam by using calculator hacks, and that's what you're here to learn. So I can show you everything algebraically after, but I'm going to use this time to show you the calculator hacks. And everything that we are going to be working on today is I only get you guys for another 20 minutes or so it's not going to be a lot of work. It's just going to be mostly play and learning the calculator hacks. So I'm going to drop that calculator link in the chat. Here it comes. And this is the calculator that you guys will be using on the test. So go ahead and click on that link. I'll give you a minute to get there. It looks like this, what's on your screen right now. Woohoo, calculator. And we'll get going. So all of these questions that we're going to be going over in these Algebra Jam sessions are from the released questions that were on the spring 2025 test. So the questions that you will see when you take this algebra exam again are very close to what these look like. So that's choose an option, A, B, C, or D. The table represents a function with a missing ordered pair. Which ordered pair could be missing in the table? I'm going to give you guys like a minute to answer this one. Each input can only have one output, so the X cannot repeat. This is the way I remember it. They're your X for a reason. They cannot repeat. So 8, 7 is the first choice. Why is it not 8, 7? So yeah, it can't be A because 8 is already there. The X is repeating. We don't want the X to repeat. So we do not want that X to repeat, and that's why A is not an option, because we already have, let me color code for you guys. We already have an 8 up here in the table. So we can't have the X repeat. The X cannot repeat. A. Why can't it be B? Why is B not a point? It has the number 4. Exactly. It has the number 4 where? More importantly. On the X side. So we can't have this 4 because there's already a 4. And then we can't have this -2. You guessed it, because there's already a -2 in this function. So the only function, the only point that can exist in this function and have it still be called a function, because each input can only have one output, would indeed be D. So you guys got this one right. Nice work. Confetti and unicorns. Moving right along because it's now 11:17 already. Thanks, Pear Deck. Moving right along. All right, so this item has 2 parts. This one we can use the graphing calculator for. So go ahead and take a minute on this one as well. See if you can guess A, B, C, or D, and then we'll decide. Let me get rid of these annotations. Maybe. All right, so step A is to multiply both sides by 3 to undo the 1/3. So we can distribute this 1/3, or we can multiply both sides by 3 to undo the 1/3. So multiply both sides by 3. That's what we're doing there. And then the second step, so distributing the 3. Is it the part where we are distributing the 3? Is that where she runs into trouble? Is it the part where she uses the subtraction property of equality and subtracts 10 from each side? 15 minus 10 is 5. Oh. Yeah, so this should say, instead of 15x plus 20, this should say 15x plus 60. That should be a 60 there. And then at the very end, so we're subtracting 60 from both sides. So this should be negative 75 equals 5x, negative 75. Why, yes, we can solve this by graphing. So we are going to take those two sides of the equation and we're going to put them both into, Desmos. So 1/3 of 10x minus 15, 1/3 boop, of 10x minus 15 times 10 minus 15. And then, so we're going to put that for 1. And then we hit enter, and we're going to put the other side of the equation in there. All we did here was we put the left-hand side as the red line, hit enter, and then the right-hand side as the blue line. And then check it out. We can scroll down by clicking and dragging. Did everybody get there already? Is everyone doing this along with me and not just watching me, I hope? Thanks, Jamari. So if we scroll all the way down, we can see that indeed, where do those two, what did you get, Jamari, for your x, where those two lines meet? So the answer, the solution to this equation is going to be wherever those two lines meet. Yay! Yep, that's right, Jamari. Nice. Nice work. Oh, get your confetti over here. That's for you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's going to be negative 15. So when it's asking for the solution, it's just asking for the x. So the solution here is going to be x equals negative 15. Anyway, but yes, negative 15. And that's how you can use your calculator to solve a system of equations or to figure out what x is if you have two x's on each side of the equation. Holler if you need me to slow down, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to this next one because it's already 11:25. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. So this one's going to be fast though. Don't worry. So which statement is true about a system of linear equations that has no solution? So here's your hint. I'm riding a choo-choo train. Take a minute. Take a minute. See if you can figure this one out. See how we did. Me. Yay. Everybody said that it was A. Nice. Good work. All right, so check it out. If you have graphical representations of two linear equations, a system of linear equations, then that does not have a solution, that means that they're parallel lines, right? So that means that they must look like, here, let me make these lines parallel. Use the plus sign to zoom in. So there's 5x plus 21. Here's 5x plus 3, right? As long as you have a slope, two slopes that are exactly the same, yep, then you will have parallel lines. And parallel lines exist when a system of equations have no spring. So you'll see something like that, something about parallel or perpendicular. Do you guys remember off chance what equations of perpendicular lines are? Perpendicular. For parallel lines, m equals m. Parallel lines, m equals m. For perpendicular lines, m equals the negative reciprocal of m, negative 1 over m. So if I wanted to make these two lines perpendicular, all I would have to do is make this, instead of 5x, I would make it negative 1/5 x. Out and check it out. There we go. Now we have perpendicular lines, meaning they intersect at 90-degree angles. And this system of this equations would be like negative, the solution would be negative 3.26. Go. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. I'm going to let your coaches know that you are here and you're going to get some extra time. And also, I want you to go to this site. There's your practice test. Take the practice test. And if you send me a screenshot of the finished practice test, you can just email me. Right? Then I'll give you 2 hours of 2 hours of academic math time here. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for your patience with all those technical errors. It won't be like this next week because it won't be haunted. Thanks, Angelina. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Go ahead and take that practice test and email it to me and you'll get a bunch of time. Love ya.